What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Best of the British Indies. This is Talking Wrestling, and this is finally my interview with TJ Sky, joined by his manager slash valet slash person.
Let's get all perfectly simple. Yeah, manager, business associate. I handle all these dealings. Okay, you want anything seen? You talk to me first before I run it by him.
Okay, so I don't want to.
That's essentially right.
That's what I just said.
Not valet. The fancy word, business associate.
Okay, fine.
He's my client.
Definitely business associate.
Yes.
That's very true.
Okay, I'm here with TJ and his business associate.
There we go. He got there eventually.
Right,
Yeah.
Just even though what I said before was pretty much what it was. Just
Yeah. I think when I say better, it sounds better.
It sounds
He's in for it now, isn't he?
This is going to be fun. So I'm actually getting really hot. I'm going to tell you something before we actually go any further because I'm getting really, really hot now.
It's warm.
You see, we normally get this reaction when there's women around, but now him, I guess I do say we'll have to do for now.
Alright, so first of all, thank you. I know this has been quite a wait for this to actually happen, and this was very last minute with you joining in. The definition of last
Two for one. You got a bargain.
too, man.
You got a bargain.
What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this package?
Not saying there's anything wrong with it, just saying that it was very last minute. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
just,
like the merchant.
Oh my God, the King Julian thing's coming out already.
Probably don't need your voice.
oh god, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so right, first things first, TJ, I want to start with Wrestling in Hinckley because that's your. I believe that's your promotion, is it? You own that.
It's
So
my little place.
Yeah,
I say it's my little place. Another reason why I wanted Chris to be here is because everybody comes to me first of all when they think about Wrestling in Hinckley.
Yeah.
Wrestling in Hinckley is not just a one-man band. Unfortunately, there's a lot of us that are involved. Chris Drew is probably equally as involved in as I am.
Yeah.
There's a reason why there's grey hairs on my beard already at 27 years
oh my
old.
god, there are.
Like, I'm quite involved in like the promoting side and the business side. However, anything to do with the talent or in the way of storylines, it's all to do with this guy. And he is my go-to man on any project or any. If I need any clarification on anybody I need to bring in, it's Chris Drew straight away.
So this is basically essentially you both run the wrestling in England, don't you? If you handle the promotion, TJ handles it.
Yeah,
that won't be the last time this happens. I'm sorry.
That's cool. If it's to do with like how it runs on the day or the actual product itself, it's all down to probably me and Georgina.
Yeah.
If it's anything to do with talent, Chris is my go-to guy, and he will deal with everything. I will have it written down, so it's formally instructed for all of the talent on the show for what they're required to do. But it's Chris cranking the whip on me, saying, "I want them to do this."
It's a very hands-on operation because we don't like, because there's one thing I hate seeing around a lot of places. I'm not naming any names, obviously, but they tend to just say, "We'll get through this show and then we'll look at the next show."
Yeah.
We don't tend to do that. We tend to say, right, this is going to happen this month, then this will happen this month, and this will happen this month, and then that's about it. About 3 shows in advance, roughly.
We say about 3 shows. That's really what we have booked.
Yeah.
However, ideas-wise, we're probably looking the next 2 to 3 years.
And it's always the same, like booking-wise as well, because I listen to a lot of how they book things with Bruce Pritchard, and they always say it's like writing a story. You know how the story's going to end. Now you just need to know how you're going to get there, and that's the way we look at. Rather than this happened, but then you go, but hang on, but that at that show didn't make any sense. Yeah. But that doesn't matter. It's like, no, we're not like that. We go into careful planning. It's like, right, this is who we're pushing. This is going to be the next guy. We like this guy. Let's see what we can do with him, and let's have a look at him. It's a very
at the same time as well. We don't like. You see a lot of guys that just filter.
Being flicked off by Steve Valentino there.
We see a lot of talent that just are just filtered in.
Oh yeah.
And that's not what we're about. We don't like to be just to come in and be a filler as such.
Yeah.
If we bring somebody in, they are in as part of the product.
Yeah.
And if somebody can't bring something to the product, why would we include them? That's our way going forward.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, I know that there'll be some people who wanted to think that's really harsh, but that's, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I mean, I say that I have no inner knowledge in any of this sort of thing, but to me, That does seem like the best way to do things. You need to plan long term.
It's a business at the end of the day. It's a business. Like if you went to a job and they say, "What can you contribute to our business?" and you can't, then they're going to say, "Well, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the backside with the good Lord split you." And that's what we're like.
We've never said that.
Well, we've never said that. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. But you know what I mean? It's like if we brought, TJ was wanting to come. It's like, well, what can you bring? And then he shows what he can contribute. Then that's when you're like, okay, we can do something with him. Yeah. That's how you should be treated. Not just I know I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, but I'll go drinking with him. Oh yeah, he's my buddy. Oh yeah, he's my girlfriend's ex-partner's cousin twice removed. I can use him for something. And they don't contribute to nothing. That's what we look at. We always look at who can contribute to one, what's going to benefit Wrestling in Hinckley as a company, as a promotion in the future.
I think that is the best way to do it because, like I said, short-term booking, it works in some cases.
Oh yeah.
But if you're going to make a promotion work as a promotion, then you can't rely on just, we'll do this for the show and then hope it goes well. You need to be planning, sometimes into the next 2 or 3 years to at least get something going from that.
It's a business. People forget that. People think it's just a put-together show.
Yeah.
It started like that.
It did start like that.
I think that's how most promotions start. It's just something, you know what, we'll do this and see how it goes.
It was a one-off, just shambled together show where me and Chris were essentially...
You're really selling your product
there.
It was. It's a bit of a shambles thing.
It was a real shambles, but now we turn up and it's slightly less shambolic. It's
less of a cluster.
But we turn over so many fans now. It's getting to a point where every single venue we're at is full.
Yeah.
Every single show is full, and we can bring in the bigger names, and we don't become a deficiting company that is just slowly fizzling away. If anything, we're growing and growing every show.
Yeah, I think that's often the case with these smaller promotions. Promotions that aren't on a global scale because the promotions like, let's say, Pro Wrestling Subjective, Wrestling in Hinckley, you've got the sort of family aspect of that. You get to know the people there, and the more that happens, the better it works in terms of promoting the shows and getting more people to come there because, it also helps getting it if you do plan ahead because the better the show, the more people are going to be saying, oh, you should come to this show, it's worked really well. So
it's also about community.
Yeah.
We've got a very good, I think the term you'd use is a sense of community in our shows.
Yeah.
We're very well known. We have other companies that have tried to step into, for example, the area which we run, but they don't have that same knowledge of the area that we do. And because we've got such a good name within the area we're in, we actually draw from the area and further afield. We've had people travel from the south coast. We've had people come from Scotland.
Starbridge, and 2-hour drive for me to get
there. Exactly, man. We had people from all over.
It's not that bad.
It was a nightmare. We got lost. We couldn't find the bloody stadium.
Yeah, that's why you got lost. I make that trip in an hour.
That took an hour.
Wow.
Okay, well, you
should know. You just drove from there.
You obviously live closer than I do. Where I live, I won't say where I live. I already did.
Stourbridge, yeah, I do. I live in Stourbridge. What's wrong with you? Are you mental? Are you high? Are you conscious? Are you blue?
It's from Stourbridge, of course it is.
Yes.
you have to add your question now. I'm sorry, of course I am.
It's good, man. We've got such a connection with the fans that we have, to the point where we have people that, a lot of companies, for example, if they ask you to reserve seats, they'll just reserve them.
Yeah.
We no longer reserve seats without people paying for them in advance now, and we have people that have been put off by it, but because the product is so good, they will happily pay in advance, just to make sure their seats are secured, so that they've got a good view just for what we're going to put on.
Yeah, I mean, I can in a way see how people would be put off by that, because of course, well, just as a general rule, no one wants to pay for anything. So if you say sorry, they need to pay in advance to reserve their seat, they might like it. But I mean, in the end, it's fair enough. Again, it's a business, isn't it? Yeah. If you're not making money, then you're not going to move forward.
But at the same time, we also want to provide a good platform for any of the talent on.
Yeah.
And this is why we emphasise so much on the talent we use being decent.
Yeah.
Because why would we push a talent that's not going to push themselves? If they're happy to just sit in a rut and fizzle out, then they're not what we're after. We're after people that really want to push themselves to that next level, and we're happy to provide that platform for them to absolutely fly.
Yeah, and prime example of that is our champion Killian Jacobs. Every single time he goes out, he puts on tremendous matches every single time. And he had a match with Joseph Connors, which
I hate him. He's so He's so good.
I know. I know, but what can you do? What can you do? You can thank me later. We had him in a match with Joseph Connors on our anniversary show, and honestly, it started off as like, a good guy, and then they changed it around. Just watching these, Killian Jacobs go in there with Joseph Connors, a guy who's with the WWE, and he's got to that level. And one of the things he did say afterwards, wasn't he, was that if there was any match footage, I'll take it to Regal and show him. And that shows you what kind of platform that we have there. So it's like, if Joseph Connors can say that about our champion, which also gives credibility to our championship, then it's like whoever we put in that next spot, if that does come, then we know this is a guy that's trusting, that's going to go to that next step. Yeah,
and of course, I mean, it works hand in hand, doesn't it? Because if you've got someone representing you that's constantly pushing themselves to be better than they were at the last show, then not only does it reflect well on them as a talent trying to make themselves better, but it reflects well on you as a promotion, because because people will know that your talents aren't going to settle for average. They're going to constantly striving for better, and that's where what you said about Killian comes in. I do agree with you. I hate the guy because he's so good. It's annoying how good he is.
I don't know why you guys hate him. I love him.
No, not that way. But I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I hate people who are better than you or something. Basically. That's just way to put it.
There's a lot of talent on my show I dislike actually on that one.
It's very frustrating though sometimes, because it's like we put somebody in there opening the show and that match is really good, and then the second match goes on and then that match is just as good, if not better. Then the next match goes on, it's just as good, if not better. And then so on and so on. It's just like, we might as well start with the main event. You just say, right, we're done, see you later. Every single time, every match, there has never been one time where we've gone away going, I didn't like that match. Every single time we've gone, brilliant.
We don't have a generic filler match, do we? A lot of people have a filler match. We don't. Every match is on there for a sole reason, and it's always great.
That's got really quiet. Listen, there's some background music on. It's got really quiet now. That's really creepy. I think
more music, please.
I think that having filler matches in themselves aren't necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, there are some times where I mean in wrestling, what I've learned being backstage shows is there's always at least one thing that doesn't go quite to plan. So in that respect,
that's a really good show.
Yeah, that's one.
It's only just one thing.
How many times have we gone back and forth? Why is this happening? Why is this not happening? I don't know.
Okay, numerous things. I'll say that. Okay, so I think that in that respect, having a match that doesn't necessarily add anything to the long-term promotion works, because it's not taking anything away from the show, but it might not be anything. I mean, it's not ideal. Obviously, if you can plan so far ahead, and match contribute something, that's absolutely fantastic, and that's what makes wrestling promotion more attractive to the audience.
Really is, if you have a filler match, if you're not adding to the product, why would you put it on?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Why would I? At the end of the day, these people that are paying for our product are paying to see us absolutely bust our asses to put the best thing on possible.
Yeah.
If I'm happy to sit in a plateau, we're never going to get to a higher position.
Yeah.
We've never been happy with just a plateau. We're always striving to hit that next area.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that we always try and push when we go to other products, whether it's just with fan interaction, whether it's the matches we produce. You've got wrestlers need to understand that you don't just go in somewhere and you don't just plateau. You don't just do a match and go, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to do with like the fan interaction. It's all about the way that you plug the product. Like at the end of the day, if you're not happy working somewhere, you're never going to be wanting to push it.
Exactly.
So if you're happy working in a promotion and you want to push that promotion, you want to encourage people to come, you want to encourage people to get involved.
Yeah.
The product is always going to be a lot more absorbent to you as a worker.
And something that's that I think that helps us stand out as a promotion. Tom started; it was his idea. We've got a variety every single show. That there is a meaning behind each show. Like sometimes you just see the show's advertised, and it's like, what makes you come to that? Like, February is the Fear of Falling tournament, so you've got a ladder match. April is our biggest show of the year, so it's WrestleMania season. June's the anniversary show, but we're working on getting something done with that, aren't we?
We're looking at building something there, because usually the anniversary show is something that's just an anniversary show.
It's to celebrate.
From now on, we've actually got ideas in mind that are going to take that anniversary show to a whole new level.
And we've got the Halloween show, so obviously that's normally
that's our Halloween show. Our Halloween show, there's usually something a little bit hardcore, so everything's fancy dress, everything's a bit there's always a hardcore match of some sort. There's always themes as well.
And the Christmas one, the Christmas Rumble. We have the Christmas Rumble.
Which is on its way up now on the 9th of December.
Which I was going... Which I was going to try to get to, but as I found out, as I found out, I booked to go to Wrestle Island in Birkenhead before that was announced. So I thought, oh come on,
but that's good. If wrestling is so popular that you're having to choose between shows, like Wrestle Island are a fantastic.
Oh, they
I've seen a lot of their shows.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of their shows online.
Yeah,
I've not had the fortunateness to go and actually have a look myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're in Birkenhead, so they're not massively local to me. 3-hour drive, so the 3-hour drive to do 2 interviews. That's the sort of thing that I do for you guys, which I've not announced yet, so I shouldn't have said that.
But going to Wrestle Island, it may be a 3-hour journey for you, but it'll be well worth it.
Yeah, definitely. It would be worth it. Yeah,
there's a lot of companies locally, as well as further afield, that will be worth every moment of that drive.
Yeah,
just to go and see, and the talent you'll be able to see and get an insight on will be fantastic for the best of British Indies. It really will. It'll work well.
Well,
and hopefully people that are watching will be able to absorb something from each talent that you have on.
Yeah, well, that's been my aim from the very start of this series. More not really a series. Need to have some sort of structure with that. Just interviews, basically. Cool. In that I never like this to be sort of a formal question thing, because I think. You right down there?
Can you just turn it down a little bit, please? We're trying to have a conversation.
Okay, carry on.
But everyone's like, oh yeah. I mean, that's what I tried to make these. I tried to make them basically just a chat between three. It's in most cases 2, but sometimes 3, just friends, just having a laugh about wrestling. And anything else, it just gets so boring. Yeah. And I've been and I've watched and listened to interviews where I can't. Like, there was an interview that I won't say who it was or who they were interviewing, even though it was
just a little bit boring.
Yeah, well, I say that I turned it off not because it was boring, but because not through any of the fault of the interviewee, but the interviewer was a robot. They were just going, so how do you do this? How did you do that? And I just. Little emotion, please.
Yeah. God, look, so you want stories? Okay, right.
Oh yeah.
I got a bad feeling about this one already.
So, are we going to bring up Youngblood, or are we going to leave that one in the past?
No, I think that one was best in the past, where it belongs.
So Youngblood Wrestling.
I tried. I said, what happened with Youngblood? Because I think there were like two or three shows, and. I was so desperate to try and make it into one, because it's not like far from where I live.
They were really good. They were just, unfortunately, they were very small. There was a lot of effort put into the shows.
We were on about Youngblood.
I get so many interruptions. I've never bothered cutting them out.
So Youngblood Wrestling. It was a little pop-up company run by a Mr. Valentine. And
Danny Valentine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him. It was run very, very well. The product was actually itself was booked very, very well. Was that your doings as well? The booking?
Yeah, he asked me to help with the bookings, and that was it.
Honestly, the things Chris.
Sorry, Dan, if you're watching, but Jesus Christ, man, you needed somebody else with you to help. Oh man,
for me, I absolutely loved Youngblood. When I was in there, every show, like, the reaction that we'd always get was good. But it's like, again, it's that further investment. It wasn't a case of just turn up, wrestle your match, go backstage. It was the further investment after the show, before the show, so on and so forth. And that's what Youngblood allowed you to do. It allowed you to make that little extra connection with the crowd, because they weren't the biggest, but because they were a smaller crowd, it was a lot more intimate. So we got into a little match with Chris. No, I was backstage at this point.
Yeah, because like I had a gimmick suit that I used to wear to the ring, and I used to rip it off.
Yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah.
Well, of course, as washing machines do, they shrink your clothes. I didn't gain weight.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I am very sure. Because you know what happens when you wash things? Clothes shrink. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I said to Dan at the time, I says, "Look, Dan, I know I've got this, but I don't want to wear it because they were going to do a bit of a tearaway at the end." And I said, because it's going to come off if I move, and he wanted me to do a lot of moving.
Yeah.
Eventually, it was one of those. I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. The shirt and the shirt had already gone at this point, so I said to Sol Adams backstage, I said, it's Velcro down the side.
Yeah.
Just grab the front and pull. For some reason, Sol Adams got on his knees, and when he went to yank him down, not only did he grab the waistline, he grabbed my boxers as well. So down comes little Johnny for the whole audience to see. I panic. And in a blind panic, I grab my boxers, I pull them up so quickly that I stretch the inside leg, and now Johnny and the twins are on show. So I'm just like, I just ran backstage, I was just like, I cannot believe this.
And all I've heard is somebody just running backstage, and they've gone, you never guess what? Chris Drew's just got his dick out. And I've gone, what? And they've gone twice. It was the best.
I told him beforehand I didn't want to have. I said to Solis before, just grab the waist of the trousers and pull. And he said, God, he just pull. I think it was just a rib on me. I just don't know what it was. I must have done something.
Well,
there's me eating 2 veg out for the public to see.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
I always imagine when that would happen, I'd be mentally insane holding a colostomy bag. Jesus.
So all in all, Youngblood was quite fun.
Yeah, Youngblood was quite good. There was not much blood down there.
Venue was warmer as well.
Yeah, it was cold that day.
Oh God, my stomach.
Who can say they've done that for the wrestling business? Who can say they've done that? Well, mind you, Bowden got his arse out a few times, but I got that out.
That was another one. So I worked for a company called Coventry Pro Wrestling a while ago, and I used to work.
I am very familiar with them.
Quite well with Brandon Thomas. And I think Brandon Thomas is a fantastic worker.
Real
great bloke to have backstage as well.
Amazing guy.
And he just starts ribbing on me backstage. He goes, "Hey, I'm going to flash my testicles during the match." And I'm like, "No, you're freaking not." Anyway, he's convincing himself, like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." And I'm like, "No, let's not do this." So anyway, I completely forget that a few hours go on. Here comes this match. Me and Brandon are in the middle of the ring. And he goes, DJ. I'm like, yeah. He goes, look. And I'm like, what? And as he turn over, he's there like, like away from the crowd are all the opposite side of him, and he's just full on lobbing it out in front of me. And I'm just like, okay, whoa.
I'm not surprised because he's done that so many times before, but it's just a brilliant story. He just goes, look.
So yeah,
it's always the left one though. He always tries to get the left.
I wasn't paying that much attention to his testicles that I was considering which one it was.
I say, and that's not something that you should really be paying attention to. Which side he gets it out on?
Oh no, it's just because Bowden's told me the story. Bowden always tells the story. He's just like, oh yeah, I was wrestling. Yeah, I got my left testicle out. It was funny. Just as if it was normal.
Imagine you tell that story to anyone else. He doesn't understand wrestling in the same way, and you're being a mental asylum.
No, wrestling's not gay in the side. You get each other's dicks out. It's great.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for part 2. Bowden's right testicle. He's got his arse out like a lot. I mean, only Bowden could have his arse out and then have it still down and then sit on a granny's lap.
Oh, what?
Because obviously it's what he does. It's what he does. He gets his arse out because it's ha funny. But that's what we do.
Has Steve got his crutch out?
It's the stiffest thing he'll ever hold.
What's that? That was wow.
There. Yeah, she wants her money back. Anyway.
Come on, Stevie Dobbs, in you come. Come on, join our circle. Come on, you sit in this massive hole.
The official title is Ruler of the Galaxy now.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so now I'm joined by Chris Drew, Stevie Walker, and Tomas James Sky.
I came in when your mother said hello.
Are we all in fame? Yes, we are.
He's not even seen my mum. She's a dog.
Oh no, I had her on a leash. She looked like a pit bull.
I wish I hadn't have crashed this now. I love you, Mum, but that's he said it.
Yeah, it's online. You can't agree.
Yeah, it's all right with you agreeing. So who's in more trouble, me or you?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
See ya. Yeah. Bye, Steve.
The Stanley of professional wrestling, king of cameos.
I make him too.
What's cracking, boys? I have been dying to get on one of these forever.
Is it? So would I get in trouble if this resembles a sandwich?
It's like a backwards Oreo.
Backwards Oreo.
It's like a backwards Oreo. I'm good. I'm sound. How
Sweet,
we doing?
man. No, really good. It's good to see you, man.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hot marshmallow as well.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, it's like a sheep.
And there's another one.
Everybody else is here. I thought I'd come and say.
Understand, this is best of the British Indies and the best. How long do you do these for?
Depends how long the pill lasts.
Until the camera dies, basically.
Yeah,
This is the greatest until the camera dies on YouTube.
You got it charged, yeah?
He's talking about.
I charged it up just before this one.
You are talking about the camera, yeah?
Where were we anyway? Where were we?
I'll keep it PG.
What question were we on?
I just wanted to say that.
I'm completely lost track at this point.
We were on about Chris at Youngblood.
Yeah, when my meat and two veg came to show.
Oh yeah. That.
See, even he knows.
I
Everyone
was
knows.
part of the match. I was one of the people.
You was the referee.
Yeah.
Because we were doing a gimmick where I was trying to humiliate him, but he was turning it against me that he was actually enjoying it. And then next thing you know, Saul Adams on his feet with my meat and two veg in his face. Two guys there going,
The rib of it all is that before we went out, Saul was like, make sure you get a proper handful. He's like, should we take his boxes off as well? I was like,
see what I said? See, I knew that to be a rib on me. I knew it had to be a rib on me.
I didn't partake, I just took the trousers.
You had a front row seat.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing else going on, so I'm back for a minute.
He's back.
You're back again to steal the spotlight again, like you always do.
But yeah, Youngblood was a shame, man. There was some cool things going on, some cool people there.
From interview with TJ to interview with TJ and friends.
I'm not your fucking guy.
I wouldn't even call this an interview at this point. This is just pissing about, to be honest. I wouldn't call this an interview.
You said keep
Oh,
it
we
PG,
completely
you're
ruined you, Tom.
swearing.
You was going to have a legitimate one.
Yeah.
And we've all ruined it.
I meant keep it PG in terms of the dick jokes.
And he just said dick.
Well.
You know what? The gloves are off now. Fuck shit. I'll call a dick wad wobble cock shit.
Now
cunt.
you're all killing it.
There you go. I've just made it. I've just gone.
And there goes the
There's
monetization.
no way you can publish that. You're just going to have to play a dolphin sound.
I've just made it an 18 for you now. I've made it an 18. Here you are. I'll give you a front row seat as well. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, I'm actually off. I can't do this.
But while we're on about Youngblood, just a shout out to Danny V. You know, you're a good guy trying to do good things. We all got love for you, bro. We're here.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that 2K took all the weight. Did I pop the boys?
I think he did.
I don't even know what this is anymore.
It's almost like all of this was set up. Almost.
So there's Steve over there.
Almost.
He's over there.
Don't ruin the
Not the crutch, bro.
He's just gone.
Last time we was here, I was shooting on everybody, innit? Now I'm not shooting.
Why is it always me that's the victim of this bullshit?
Hey, let me. I'll tell you. I have that there. Okay, how about that? I have that.
I caught you for the dive. What more do you want, man?
What dive? Oh. Never planned anything.
Kayfabe.
Call it. Wait, there was Drew even invited.
Drew was invited.
Invited? Well,
Yeah, it was just TJ Sky.
What are these arm around here for?
So TJ Sky, asking
You went for the
redundant
old
questions
Chris
you
Drew
would have been
look,
asked already. When did you first get into the business?
Can you new CJ Rawlings?
You need to give these a wash, man. This is ridiculous.
See, he's got my hair.
You need to clean them up a bit.
Obviously,
man.
that's what we do.
There's a lot of people talking.
I only use them for driving.
He's gonna fuck up the sound.
Right, cool. Anyway, I think I've done my part.
And on that
Medic,
note,
mate, we don't pay for anything. See you later.
And there he goes, maybe two fucking banners.
The set is gone.
Why are you fucking taking those? Oh, fuck off.
You go sort that out, Tom. Right.
Alright.
So TJ, you're based.
TK,
You're based primarily in Coventry. Am I correct? Sort of that sort of neck of the woods.
Yes, Tom.
And yeah.
yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So what got you into the business to begin with?
That's a weird one.
That's a weird one, isn't it? Yeah.
The Rock and Stone Cold, actually.
Rock and Stone Cold.
This has got really serious again.
Oh my god, man! You had to go with Rock and Stone Cold, didn't you?
It was, yeah. No, it was on,
Jesus
I watched. My neighbour loaned me one of those old cassette tapes that used to record videos on, and I recorded my program. And as I watched my program, then fizzled out, the grey kind of streamy stuff. And it had obviously been recorded over some wrestling, and it was Stone Cold and The Rock.
And your boy is back.
And it blew my mind, like watching Stone Cold and The Rock.
So I'm guessing, WrestleMania 15, WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 19, you are completely torn in half between who you want to go over.
I can't really remember those as such. I'm not very good with like wrestling knowledge.
So you can't say The Rock and Stone Cold got it.
WrestleMania 15,
I'll be honest
Rock
with you,
versus Stone Cold.
I have no idea which.
WrestleMania 17, Rock versus Stone Cold.
I have no idea.
And
which
WrestleMania 19,
it would
Rock versus Stone Cold.
If I could just jump in here, WrestleMania 17 was the best one.
Yeah, but all of them are very good.
They are. But if you had to put them in order, I'd say WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 19, WrestleMania 15.
Yeah. I could get
best
on board with
WrestleMania match then.
Best WrestleMania match ever. Who's doing the interview here, Tom?
For me,
I don't know.
Who's doing the interview here, TJ?
See, for me, I've always loved The Rock and Cena when they did that. I loved it.
Hang on, once or twice in a
Nah,
lifetime.
the first.
Yeah, because we really bought once in a lifetime, Vince.
I loved it.
I don't want to work in the business anymore.
No.
Vince is at home going, why did I watch this?
Yeah, I'm sure Vince McMahon cares what I think. Yeah, he's sitting at home and his millions there,
Millions
and billions,
Millions.
and trillions.
And
I'd have to say, best
Millions.
WrestleMania match for me: Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania 25.
I want to go back to
best one, hands down, The Rock versus Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan.
shortest match.
Joe,
of WrestleMania.
the Wyatt family thing.
Match of the decade.
I mean, it popped me, and then that's what it's about, really. Isn't it?
Hang on, which decade are we
popped the
talking
life out
about?
of me.
Because we've still got 2 years left of this decade.
All of them. Just best main match, full stop.
Of the century.
No, best match, full stop.
Okay, you're really asking. I'm going to do.
Charlie looks like she wants to get involved now. So is there anything you want to finish up on before we kill your battery?
This went out the window very, very quickly. All structure of this just went out the window.
It's gone very downhill. Oh, there's Charlie.
Charli Evans,
Yay! And we're back.
It's been crashed by
That's it,
one,
that's
two,
Good.
by about 3 other people. So what about
Can't
that?
really see.
Cheers, Tom.
Okay, I'm back in again then.
Let's see if you want to. I could do this like Donald Trump. I think that the best wrestling match ever is down to a point of view.
Where am I?
Spin the thing round. No, not
The other thing. No, the other thing. No, the thing to your left. Your other left.
This was going so well.
Yeah, it was. I imagine you're going to cut the last. I imagine you're
no, these never get cut out.
I was going to say you got to cut the last 15 minutes out because we've only got 5 minutes of
So
solid
is there anything
interview.
you want to say before we?
Okay, I think we'll also do this last window. So I think we'll just end by plugging your social medias.
Okay.
So TJ, you are on everything.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
Just follow Tomas James Sky. You'll find me on there.
All
It's
of them,
spelled
yeah.
Thomas with just Tomas, not
And
TH.
I know that Wrestling In Hinckley is on most things.
Yeah, same again. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So follow us. Search Wrestling in Hinckley. It's HINCKLEY.
Yeah, please follow us because your fellow will be much appreciated in this economy. I gladly say
And
that we have it all today at Wrestling in Hinckley.
If you
We
want to
have
promote
billions
boxing
and
wrestling,
billions.
POCs, then just follow It's 2K. That's Instagram and Twitter. ITSTUKAY.
Thanks for having us, Dom.
It's a pleasure, mate.
Cheers.
More pox in wrestling. Pox.
Alright,
Google it.
that's that one done. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and enable notifications. And if you want to see more videos like the one you just watched, then make sure you click on the playlist linked somewhere in this general region, I believe.